When Donald Trump makes waves in the US, the ripples are felt across the Atlantic. But in 2025? It's no longer just ripples, it's a full-blown diplomatic tide shift. Several European countries are quietly, and some not so quietly, turning their backs on the former US president and his political comeback tour. From snubbed invitations to icy press conferences, the message is clear. Not everyone in Europe is eager for round two of Trump diplomacy. Some leaders fear a repeat of the chaos, while others are forming new alliances that leave Washington out of the loop. Today, we're counting down 10 European countries that are distancing themselves from Donald Trump in 2025. And before we get started, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our most engaging content. Number 10. Belgium. Belgium may not shout the loudest, but its moves behind the scenes speak volumes. As the political heart of the European Union and home to NATO headquarters, Brussels is taking a noticeably cooler tone toward Trump. European diplomats in the city have reportedly grown wary of his fiery anti-globalist rhetoric. They haven't forgotten Trump's 2018 criticism of NATO spending, and in 2025, Belgium is pushing hard for stronger European-led defense initiatives to reduce reliance on unpredictable American leadership. Recent cooperation with France and Germany on joint EU military strategies shows how serious they are. And with Trump once again threatening tariffs on European autos, Belgium, home to major automotive plants, isn't standing still. Their quiet shift isn't confrontational, but it reflects broader European unease. The trust just isn't there anymore. Number 9. Germany. Germany has long been a cornerstone of the transatlantic alliance. But with Trump back in the spotlight, Berlin is bracing for another rocky ride. German officials have grown visibly colder toward Trump's foreign policy. Chancellor Olaf Scholz and his cabinet are doubling down on EU-led defense planning, a clear move toward independence from Washington. Trump's past threats to withdraw troops from Germany and his renewed questioning of NATO's values still sting. And it's not just about defense. Germany remains firmly committed to climate goals and multilateralism, two areas Trump has often dismissed. Public opinion? Even harsher. Over 70% of Germans say they distrust Trump's leadership. The message from Berlin is clear. Germany is still an ally of the US, but not of Trump. Number 8. Sweden. Famed for its neutrality and diplomacy, Sweden is now showing rare signs of political frost toward Trump. After joining NATO in 2023, Sweden is particularly alarmed by Trump's talk of conditional security guarantees. Their officials have criticized his transactional view of defense as a threat to alliance credibility. Sweden is also a climate leader, and Trump's pullback from environmental cooperation clashes hard with Stockholm's global agenda. From diplomats to media, Sweden is increasingly vocal. Trump isn't just controversial there, he's seen as a disruptor. Neutrality, in 2025, no longer means silence. And Sweden is speaking up. Number 7. France. France has never hesitated to challenge US leadership, and under President Emmanuel Macron, that tradition continues. In 2025, Macron is pushing for greater European strategic autonomy, even if that means bypassing Washington. Trump's threats against NATO and European trade have only fueled this ambition. From climate to diplomacy, France and Trump are on completely different tracks. With 80% of French citizens disapproving of Trump, Macron is steering clear. France isn't just stepping back, it's stepping up. Number 6. Netherlands. The Netherlands may be small, but it's making big diplomatic statements in 2025. Prime Minister Mark Rutte has been among the most vocal defenders of NATO's unity. Dutch officials condemned Trump's talk of conditional US support as reckless and destabilizing. Rotterdam, Europe's largest port, thrives on global trade, making Trump's protectionist tone a major red flag for Dutch leaders. And it's not just politics, it's values. Trumpism clashes with the Netherlands' liberal ideals. They're staying friendly with America, but not with Trump. Number 5. Spain. Spain has long enjoyed friendly US ties, but that's changing fast. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has pushed back against Trump's combative tone, especially on immigration and climate. Spain wants cooperation, not confrontation. Trump's threats of tariffs on goods like olives and wine have reignited old frustrations. Now, Spain is seeking tighter EU trade and defense ties instead. The people? They're on board. Surveys show widespread mistrust of Trump's return to global leadership. Spain isn't burning bridges, but it's certainly charting a different path. Number 4, Denmark. Denmark may be a small nation, but it's taken a bold stance against Trump's leadership style, ever since his bizarre 2019 offer to buy Greenland. Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen is doubling down on Denmark's commitment to international institutions like NATO and the UN, both of which Trump has criticized. Danish defense officials are now pushing for EU self-reliance in case the US under Trump pulls back again. On climate, Denmark is one of Europe's greenest nations, and Trump's record is an instant clash. Danish media often depict him as a symbol of division. Respect for America? Still there. For Trump? Not so much. Number 3, Ireland. Ireland has always maintained a close cultural and economic relationship with the United States. But in 2025, Irish leaders are taking a more cautious approach, especially when it comes to Trump. Why? First, there's the issue of peace in Northern Ireland. Trump's past lack of engagement with the Good Friday Agreement left many Irish officials uneasy. In contrast, Ireland now favors U.S. administrations that support stability and diplomacy. Second, Trump's nationalist tone doesn't sit well with Ireland's progressive government. From global taxation reform to human rights, Irish policies are worlds apart from Trump-era priorities. And let's not forget Trump's controversial comments in past visits. Those weren't forgotten, and they've left a lasting mark. Ireland remains pro-America, but in 2025, it's clearly anti-Trump. Number 2, Norway. Norway is a strategic NATO partner and a model of democratic cooperation. But it's not afraid to express concerns about Trump's return to the spotlight. In 2025, Norwegian leaders are emphasizing unity within Europe, pushing for stronger Nordic military partnerships in case NATO weakens under Trump. The environment is another flashpoint. Norway is a global leader in green energy, and Trump's climate skepticism is a deal-breaker. Norwegian media outlets have been especially critical, with editorials warning of a Trump 2.0 threat to global stability. And in a symbolic move, Norway recently signed several climate and trade agreements without any U.S. involvement, clearly signaling a shift away from Trump-aligned policies. Number 1, Finland. Finland tops the list for a reason. Having joined NATO recently, Finland is particularly alarmed by Trump's comments suggesting the U.S. might not defend allies who don't meet defense spending targets. For a country bordering Russia, that's a chilling thought. Finnish President Alexander Stubb has doubled down on strengthening European security alliances, quietly working with Sweden, Germany, and France to reduce reliance on the U.S. Trump's unpredictability is seen as a direct threat to regional stability, and Finnish intelligence agencies are reportedly recalibrating strategies to prepare for a Trump-led U.S. foreign policy shift. In 2025, Finland isn't just cautious, it's preparing for a world where Trump may once again shape global politics. So, what does this all mean? From Scandinavia to Southern Europe, nations are rethinking old alliances and bracing for a potentially dramatic shift in U.S. foreign policy. Whether Trump wins or not, the message is clear. Europe is no longer waiting to see what America does next. It's already moving forward, on its own terms. What do you think? Is Europe being cautious, or is it overreacting? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this video eye-opening, be sure to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into global politics. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.